We welcome you. This is Brookdale Baseball. Today, the Jersey Blues match up with the Montgomery Mustangs. Gary John Perrone, starting pitcher. He's the left-hander, about ready to deliver the first pitch. And here it is, swung and missed for strike one, and we're underway. Fairly warm afternoon today, about 77 degrees, partly cloudy skies. As Perrone winds the 0-1 pitch, and the count 1 strike. Brendan O'Brien, the leadoff batter for the Mustangs. And it's taken just off the outside, 2-1. He'll be followed by Josh Camacho and Charlie Levy in this opening inning. Swung and missed, and the count 2-2. Montgomery, who comes in 3 games under the 500 mark at 10-13. On a 2-2 pitch, swung and missed, and Perrone, a strikeout to start his outing as O'Brien goes down, 1 away. And let's check out how Brookdale lines up defensively behind the left-hander in the outfield with Ryan Schmidt getting a start today. Sheehan and Gardner round out the outfield. And here's the first one at Josh Camacho when he could not hold up on the appeal down to the base umpire. It's strike one swinging. As Perrone will get a new baseball to work with. And on the infield today for Brookdale, Nunez and Lopez are on the left side with Martino and Kernan on the right side. And every day Shane Andrews doing the catching. And the 0-1 delivery, low, 1-1 on Camacho. A .306 batter for the year without a home run and 9 batted in. And takes that one that sails up and away, 2-1. High in the air, and that'll be out of play. The count 2-2. And now here it comes from Perrone. Breaking ball down, and a full count with Charlie Levy, the second baseman, waiting next. Just underway today from Lincroft, New Jersey, as Perrone winds the payoff pitch, and it's fouled straight back to the fence, and we'll do the payoff one more time. Sun has been in and out this afternoon, but considerably warmer than most days recently. There's a swing and a miss, and Perrone has back-to-back strikeouts to start his outing, 2 down. So we'll take on Levy with nobody on base. Right-hand batter looks it called, strike one. A good start for Perrone, as Mustang batters have not been able to put one in play against him. This one is in play. Nunez has to charge and throw on the run, and Kernan can't dig it out. And Levy will stay put at first base as Gardner gets over to pick up the loose ball. A 2-out base runner. It's going to be a tough play on a long throw from Nunez, and Kernan couldn't bring in the long hop. So it'll give Brett Minnick a chance. He's the cleanup hitter and the hottest bat in this Montgomery lineup. He takes the fastball a little bit high, and the count 1-0. Minnick coming off a 4-for-4 game in which he had 3 doubles in Montgomery's last game. That was a blowout win for them. This one's looped in the left, and it'll drop onto the grass for a base hit. So Levy stops at second. They've got back-to-back 2-out hits. So that is now hits in 5 consecutive at-bats for the Montgomery third baseman. And we'll give Peyton Borchelt a chance. 2 on and 2 out against Perrone, top of the first. No score as of yet. And the first pitch is waved and missed on an off-speed pitch that he buried down, and the count 0-1. Borchelt hitting a robust .410. He is not homered with 15 batted in and looks at a strike. Good spot for that fastball as Perone jumps ahead. An inning in which he has struck out 2 and now trying to strand 2 and hand it over to the Brookdale lineup in the bottom of the frame. And he gets Borchelt swinging. That ends a 3-strikeout inning and scoreless. Brookdale coming up bottom 1 with no score.
Hi, my name is Sam Hirschman. I'm from Bronx, New York. I went to SAR High School. I'm a pitcher, and on the side I'm majoring in business here at Brookdale. And my favorite thing about Brookdale is the baseball team.
My name is Luke Roccasano. I'm from Spring Lake. I'm a business major, and one thing I like about Brookdale is the campus.
Hi, my name is William Reyes. I went to Long Branch High School. I'm a business major. I came to Brookdale because it's close to home, and I'm a right-handed pitcher.
I'm Brian Goutsford as Brookdale will come to bat in the bottom of the first with no score against Montgomery. And today they take on the right-hander Chris Tomlinson. Makes his first start of the year for the Mustangs. And he winds the first pitch. Lopez bunts it. It's back to the mound where Tomlinson makes the bare hand pickup and gets Lopez at first. And on one pitch, the first out. So Declan Sheehan will stand in next. Another start in the number 2 spot in the batting order. The center fielder has had a terrific season. And he takes the first pitch strike. Sheehan batting .484, and as high as that average may be, it's dropped in the last couple of days. He's actually hitless in his last 7 at-bats, that all coming in that recently completed series against Rowan Gloucester. Out into right center field, and getting over is Brendan O'Brien to put that away. And quickly, Brookdale has 2 outs. So for Brookdale, it is the first 3-game losing streak of the year after being swept by Gloucester. Andrews the batter, 2 out, nobody on. And he takes one in the dirt, 1-0. The overall record still 27-8. They lost for just the 3rd time here at home on Friday in that series opener. Very good ball game, but Brookdale came up a run short, and that's grabbed out of the air up by Tomlinson. Line drive from Andrews, but right back to the mound. He finishes a 1-2-3 after 1, no score.
My name's Chris Clark. I'm from Beechwood, New Jersey. I'm a criminal justice major, and I came to Brookdale for the baseball program.
My name is Dylan Swanson. I'm from Staten Island, New York. I pitch and play the outfield. I'm a business major, and one thing I like about Brookdale is the team.
My name is Junior Nunez. I'm from North Brooklyn, New Jersey. I'm a network information major, and I came from Brookdale for the baseball program.
Top of the second inning after a fairly fast opening inning, no score in the game. Brookdale and Montgomery, and first pitch thinking about a bunt, and it's ball 1. Chris Tomlinson leading off after he set Brookdale down 1-2-3 on the mound in the bottom of the first. Now his first at bat. Thal tips one for strike 1. It's a ball and a strike. At the plate, he's working with a .294 batting average, has a home run with 15 driven in, and goes after a pitch well out of the strike zone and now finds himself down in the count. A nice defensive play, too, fielding his position on Andrews' sharp liner right back to the bump. Here's a 1-2. Lifted out into center field. Sheehan should have a beat on it, drifting, and makes the catch. Tomlinson out number 1. And that'll bring up Corbin Whale. Perone got out of a mini jam in the first. Couple of base runners against him, a single and an error. Whale, the right-hand hitting first baseman, and he looks it called. Strike one. Perrone's last start was that wild game against Monroe University. 1-1. Game that Brookdale outlasted Monroe by a 15-13 final. Perrone didn't go too deep into that game, only 2 innings. Count 2-1. He's making his 5th start of the year today, 11th appearance overall, 22 2/3 innings of work. An ERA that's under 3. Johnny Johnson said when he's on, he's on. And he gets a fastball by Whale, the count 2-2. Whale batting .316, looking for his first homer, is knocked in 4. And he goes down on strikes on the 4th Perrone strikeout and the second out of the second. So he's got the strikeout pitch working early. Averages better than 1 per inning. And John Kurtz, the catcher, hitting 8th. Strike 1 as he whistles that one off to the right. Kurtz has struggled with the bat. He's at 178. And quickly finds himself down in the count. Perrone making him look silly. Looking to finish a 1-2-3 right here. Ahead 0-2. And deals. And it just missed the outside corner. A ball and 2 strikes. Popped up and out of play. Teams meeting for the first time this season. It's a home-and-home series. Game today in Lincroft. They'll travel to Pennsylvania for tomorrow afternoon. Just got a piece that time. Monroe 5-6 at home, 5-7 on the road. So they've had about even results in both. Breaking ball wrapped around the outside part of the plate and missed. Josh Patrick would come to bat if Kurtz could keep the inning going. And now the 2-2. Ran went off the inside and a full count. And got him looking on a pitch that hit the outside corner. That's 5 strikeouts for Perrone through 2 innings. Middle of the second with no score.
My name is Paul Santos. I'm from Marlboro, New Jersey. I'm a business major, and I came to Brookdale to play baseball.
My name is Caleb Arliff. I'm a history major. I'm from Farmingdale, New Jersey, and my favorite thing about Brookdale is the affordable tuition.
My name is Gary Perrone. I'm from Staten Island, New York. I'm a business major, and I'm here for the baseball program.
Home second inning with no score, and Malik Little to lead it off for Brookdale against Chris Tomlinson, who got them in order 1-2-3 in the first. And starts Little off with a breaking ball for a strike. It's 0-1. Anthony Martino, R.J. Kernan behind Little in the inning. So Brookdale looks to get something going offensively. And Little quickly down in the count, 0-2. So Tomlinson has come out firing. And his first start of the season came in with an ERA over 9. Up and in. That was about face level. 1-2 the count. Brookdale was held to just 6 hits in the Game 2 loss on Saturday in the doubleheader. It's a bit wide, and Little had the only one for extra bases, a double. The other 5 hits were all singles. First game on Saturday, they lost 10-4, had 4 runs on just 3 hits. And a full count. So it's not often that they interplay with a losing streak, but sometimes that's what happens when you go against the Roadrunners, who've just been a juggernaut. That's ripped over third and a base hit. So Little slashes one to the opposite field and has a leadoff single. And Anthony Martino will be next. Let's take a look at how the Mustangs line up defensively in the outfield with Patrick, O'Brien, and Borschelt from left to right. On the infield, Minnick, Camacho, Levy, and Whale around the horn, with Kurtz doing the catching. So Tomlinson now from the stretch, and Martino takes the breaking ball for ball one. Martino hitting at .357 for the year, has a home run. Takes that one well up and outside, and 2-0. Well, Tomlinson came in having walked 4 in limited innings, only 4 2/3. In fact, he has not struck out a batter all season. And Martino sends one out to center field for O'Brien, and he has this one for out number 1, as Little retreats back to first. So 1-on-1 out, R.J. Kernan. Checks in with a .298 average. First pitch swinging and out of play off to the left, and strike one. 2 home runs this year, 22 knocked in. And a 3-run homer in a recent game here at home, a game we referenced against Monroe. Brookdale won 15-13. It's a shade off the plate, a ball and a strike. Runner at first, Little. As Tomlinson works from the stretch with his next pitch, backdoors a breaking ball and doesn't get the call. 2-1. Turn deep down the right field side. It'll be foul off the bat of Kernan. Count 2 balls and 2 strikes. And a full count with the on-deck batter, Junior Nunez. No walks or strikeouts so far from Tomlinson. And a payoff pitch is in on the hands. Foul ground third base side and handled by Minnick. So Kernan fouls out to the third base side for out number 2. And the batter will be Junior Nunez. Was charged a throwing error on that slowly hit ball at the third baseline in the first. First at bat now with 2 out and takes a high fastball, 1-0. Nunez trying to get his season turned back in the right direction. He had been red hot in the month of March. Struggled here in April. 1 ball and 1 strike. Earlier in the season, he was up among the league leaders, hitting better than .500. He's down now to .333, with a homer and 16 batted in. Off to the right, and the count 1-2. Brookdale hoping not to waste the leadoff base runner. Little's sharp single. He hasn't moved since now with 2 out. And a 1-2 on its way. And it crossed a shade high. Close pitch. Chopped foul. And still 2-2. So we've seen some wild temperature swings throughout this season. A college year that starts in February in the winter freeze, and by the end you're feeling a lot more like summer out there. That's stung into left field for a base hit. Little around second will stop. And they've got runners at first and second with 2 out. That's a good sign for Nunez on a good swing. Gets himself a base hit. We'll get Ryan Schmidt up there. It's been a lost season for Schmidt, who has 5 hits and 37 at-bats. That's a 135 mark after such a promising season as a freshman. That one kicks away from Kurtz, and the runners advance to second and third. And that ball really got away almost all the way to the third base bag. So a base hit could plate 2. Schmidt has driven in 7 without a home run. He was the everyday leadoff hitter on last year's team, a team that won 44 games, lost only 9. Tomlinson will go from the full wind, and Schmidt cuts and misses, 1-1. But this year he was away from the team for a long stretch of time in the early part of the year and just hasn't been able to quite hit the ground running. Bounce to third, handled by Minnick, and he makes the cross-diamond throw to get Schmidt and end the inning. 2 hits and 2 left after 2 from Lincroft. No score.
Hi, my name is Jack Stoll. I'm from Middletown, New Jersey. I'm undecided. I'm a catcher, and my favorite thing about Brookdale is a good group of guys we have here on the baseball team.
My name is Adonis Oleaga. I went to George Washington Educational Campus for high school. I'm an outfielder. I'm a business major, and I came to Brookdale for the baseball.
9-1-2 due up for the Mustangs against Perone. First up, a left-hand batter looks at a strike, and that's Josh Patrick. Lineup turns over next with Brendan O'Brien and Josh Camacho to follow. No score in the game. And that, I think, ran in and got a... I thought it may have gone off the bat, but the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Patrick, who's batting .407. And chops one down at third. Backhand Nunez. Long throw. It's a good one, but not quite in time. Kernan stretching out at first base and still in a seated position, reaching for that long throw. Able to get up, and it's an infield hit for Patrick to start Montgomery in the third. Well, Nunez did all he could. Backhand pickup. Made about as good of a throw as you could. So Brendan O'Brien, leadoff batter, who got this game started by striking out against Perone. It's 1 of 5 for the lefty so far. He bunts this one in front of the plate, and it's strike 1. 5 strikeouts through the first 2, as Perone takes another turn in the starting rotation. That bunt attempt is missed. Throw to first, and not quite in time. And just looking to pick off Patrick, who nearly caught wandering a little too far off the bag. So Perone ahead, and the bunt likely comes off in a 2-strike count. Set to swing, and it's strike 3 called as he gets O'Brien for a second straight time, and that's strikeout number 6 for the first out. Josh Camacho also struck out his first time against Perone. The last one of O'Brien was the first that he's gotten of the looking variety. That's sharply off the bat, a foul ball. 0-1. Montgomery comes in 8th place in the Region 19 standings. They're out of the Eastern Pennsylvania Athletic Conference. Ball and a strike. Camacho with 306 batter with 9 RBI. Slowly hit. This is going to be a tough play, and Nunez hoping it rolls foul, but it hits the third base bag. Ruled fair at an infield hit. So the only hope Nunez and Brookdale had on that ball is that it would kick foul at the last second, but once it hit the bag, the rule says it's fair, and they've got 2 on base. Charlie Levy, right-hand hitter. Down the right field line, that ball is foul. Making a bid for an extra base hit that could have produced the game's first run. No score, top of the third. Perone goes to second, and not quite in time to nab Patrick, who was in scoring position with Camacho, the base runner, at first. Can feel the wind picking up just a little bit. And Andrews able to find this before the runners have a chance to break for it. More clouds than sun at this point in this late afternoon start. And Perone jumps ahead, a ball and 2 strikes. Well, he's been sharp with his stuff. He's not walked a batter, already a half dozen strikeouts that he's racked up. Chance for another with a 2-strike count. He deals. And it's fouled back to the fence. Nine-inning game scheduled for today. Fly ball, fairly well hit right center. Sheehan going back and able to reel it in. Tagging at second, Patrick. Both runners tag and both move up into scoring position. So a productive out from Levy as he advances both runners. And the infield can play back with 2 out. Dangerous hitter at the dish, Brett Minnick. He's now had base hits in his last 5 at-bats. After a 4-for-4 game the last time out for the Mustangs. And aggressively hacks at the first pitch, and it's out of play. And 4-for-4 with 3 doubles and 4 RBI. A game that Montgomery won 19-3. Last Friday at Ocean. Ball and a strike. I think it was one of the better offensive days for Montgomery, who had 5 players in that game had multiple hits. They totaled a season-high 17 in the hit category. Breaking ball is in for a strike. A good one from Perone on a tough batter. He's hit a team-leading 3 home runs. Only the lone power threat in this order. Still 1-2. They've only hit 5 as a team, and 3 are off the bat of Minnick. So Perone looking to work out of a second jam in 3 innings. He stranded 2 in the first, looking to do the same here. Brings a 1-2. And he got him with a breaking ball. Perone fired up as he gets his 7th strikeout and finishes Montgomery in the 3rd. To the bottom of the 3rd, still no score.
My name is Christian Simonson. I'm from West Long Branch, New Jersey, and I came to Brookdale to play baseball.
My name's Casey Gardner. I'm from Howell. I'm a criminal justice major, and I came here to play baseball.
Hi, my name is Jeffrey Barham. I went to Shreveport High School. I'm undecided, and infield and pitcher.
I'm Brian Gadsford, bottom of the 3rd inning. Brookdale and Montgomery, no score. And the Jersey Blues to send up 9-1-2 in the order, and that begins with Casey Gardner, who takes a strike. Justin Lopez, Declan Sheehan behind Gardner in the inning, facing Chris Tomlinson, who has kept Brookdale off the board through the first 2. And the count 0-2. Can't be an easy assignment when you're out there for the first time as a starter against this Brookdale lineup, but so far, Tomlinson has had effective work. In the left, falling, and a base hit right along the line for Gardner, who tries for 2. The throw comes in on 5 hops, and Gardner goes in standing with a double. So a chance for Brookdale to crack the scoreboard with Justin Lopez. He's retired on a comeback or saw just 1 pitch. Now looking to manufacture the first run, bottom of the 3rd inning, and fastball's in for a strike. Lopez batting .383, although that's dropped a bit after a series in which he went just 1 for 12 against the Roadrunners. And has to bend away from that inside fastball. 1-1. 2 home runs for the year. Brookdale shortstop leads the team in walks, has stolen double-digit bases. And Johnny Johnson told me before the game he feels the biggest difference from last year's team to this year's is the play at shortstop defensively. Lopez has made the plays. 3-1. And 2-4 off the plate, and Lopez will take the walk, and Brookdale has put the first 2 on in this 3rd inning. So Declan Sheehan next. Comes in 3rd in the region in batting. Brookdale boasts 2 of the top 5, and they hit back-to-back in the order with Sheehan and Andrews. We're both hitting close to the 500 mark. Hard hit to short, and it gets on by into center field. Turning 3rd, Gardner. He heads home and will score. The first run of the game on the RBI hit from Sheehan, and Brookdale has a 1-0 lead. It looked like the shortstop Camacho had a chance on that ball to field the 1 hopper. It was hit hard, but it found the outfield in an RBI. So Shane Andrews, Brookdale will look for a multiple run inning. Still nobody out. There's an L1 in the scorecard. Here he's thinking bunt, and it'll be a stolen base without a throw for Sheehan. Andrews, who lined out to Tomlinson, will work from the full wind with an 0-1 and miss away, a ball and a strike. 5 home runs for the season for number 5, who has been in there just about every game behind the plate. Flies one out of play, a ball and 2 strikes. He's the leader of the team, hitting in the third spot in the order all season long. Has done it offensively and defensively. It has just been an outstanding season. Waiting on a 1-2. On the ground, and that ball is through into center field for a base hit. Lopez scores. Sheehan being waved home. He comes in to score. Andrews to second is safe with a 2-run double. And it's 3-0. That's RBIs number 44 and 45. As Malik Little, still nobody out in the inning. In the air, foul, strike one. So for Andrews, the 2 RBI on that hit ties him with Pizzuti for the club lead. Pizzuti not in the starting lineup today. Little takes a strike. That one split the plate. 0-2 the count. So the first 4 Jersey Blues have reached. A double, a walk, a single, and another double. Halfway to the cycle in the inning. And Little nubs one foul. Little had the first Brookdale hit, a leadoff single in the second, but was stranded. And now the Jersey Blues have put 3 on the board and a 3-0 lead. One base runner is Andrews. And Little able to lay off the count 1-2. Swing and a miss as Little got tied up with an inside pitch, and Tomlinson collects his first strikeout, not only of the game, but of the season for the right-hander. So one away. Andrews still at second. Anthony Martino 0 for 1 on a fly ball to center field. Bouncing ball to short. Up with it there is Camacho. Makes the overhand throw in time. And Martino, second out of the inning. So Kernan will come up. He fouled out to the third baseman, Minnick. 0 for 1. That was in the last inning in the second. And Tomlinson spots a first pitch strike. 3-0 Brookdale as they bat bottom of the third. Going to snap a losing streak for a rare time. Because last year they had a 3-game losing streak just once, and like this year, it was because of 3 losses against Rowan Gloucester. And Tomlinson will throw to second. Was not on target with the throw, but didn't go into the outfield at least. And Kernan drives the ball right field. Borschelt going over. It's foul. Had bad home run distance. Looked like it cleared the fence right field side, but well to the right of the foul pole. And Brookdale's hit 28 as a team. And only 1 home run in the 3-gamer against Gloucester. It's foul back. And they had just 1 extra base hit in each of the 3 games. The home run from Sheehan on Friday and just one double apiece in the 2 games on Saturday. They're trying to find it offensively again. A good start here in this inning with 3 runs. And the count 2-2. Well, one of the bad things about having warmer weather is that it attracts the bees. And we've got one circulating. 2-2 to Kernan. And he hits one on the right side, knocked down by Whale. Can he recover in time? No. So Tomlinson should have been out of the inning, but Whale couldn't handle that bouncer. Had it go off his glove, and Kernan reaches. So Junior Nunez, runners at the corners, 2 out, 3 runs home in the inning. On the ground, and that'll go through in the left for a base hit, and Andrews will walk to the plate and score. Stopping at second is Kernan. Give Nunez an RBI hit. He's now 2 for 2, and it's 4-0 Jersey Blues. Tomlinson probably should have been out of the inning. But now he has an extra run against him, and Ryan Schmidt stands in. Pulled down at first over the bag. That's fair going down the line. Around third comes Kernan. He will score. The throw to second gets away. Now Nunez trying to score and will easily. 2 more runs as Schmidt drives in 1. The second comes in on an error. It's a 6-run bottom of the third for a 6-0 Jersey Blue lead. And so they have batted around in the inning with Gardner, who got it all started with a 2-base hit, scored the first run, and 5 have followed behind him to cross the plate. And the breaking ball is ball 1 on the appeal. Held scoreless through the first 2, and they have broken through in this third. Tomlinson having a rough inning on the mound. 2-0. To right center field. This ball's well hit toward the gap, but getting over to make a running catch, Borschelt. And that will finish the inning, but not before 10 come to bat, and Brookdale scores a half dozen. 3 innings complete. 6-0 Brookdale.
My name is Malik Little. I'm from Bergenfield, New Jersey. I'm an accounting major, and I came here to play baseball.
My name is Chase Newton. I'm from Central Regional. I'm a business major, and I'm a right-handed pitcher.
Hi, my name is Alex Gorth. I'm from Middletown, New Jersey. My major is health science, and I play baseball here at Brookdale. And one thing I like about Brookdale is that everybody's welcoming.
Hi, my name is Justin Lopez. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I'm a criminal justice major, and I'm here to play baseball.
I'm Brian Goudsford as we start the 4th inning. Brookdale now with a 6-0 lead on top of Montgomery. Peyton Borschelt first up against Perone, who misses low, 1-0. 7 strikeouts through the first 3 innings for Perone. This ball softly hit, and there'll be no play. As Kernan ranged wide for it, Martino picked it up on 1 hop, but nobody was there at first, and a leadoff hit. So the Mustangs have 5 hits against Perone, but they're all singles. The only Brookdale defender to have a putout so far is Sheehan in center field. 7 strikeouts and 2 fly balls to center, and that's the total of all the outs so far. Leadoff man aboard. Tomlinson takes that breaking ball down. Starting pitcher today, he had one of the outs in play to Sheehan in center. 0 for 1. Lefty to lefty with the next one, and it kicks away from Andrews, and to second goes Borschelt. Perone behind. He has not walked a batter. And it's now 3-1. Corbin Whale, the on-deck batter. Bounce foul, first base side, and a full count. Perone has already worked deeper into this game than his last start when he lasted just 2 innings. And working into the 4th this afternoon. Will deal the payoff pitch. Another bouncer foul, and Tomlinson's at-bat continues. We'll see if, for Tomlinson, his outing will continue on the mound after getting knocked around for 6 runs in the bottom of the 3rd, and Brookdale now with a 6-0 lead. Another 3-2. Popped it up toward the middle of the diamond. Second baseman Martino has it in his glove, and the first out. So Corbin Whale will be the batter. Struck out swinging his first time up back in the 2nd. Leadoff base runner has advanced to 2nd, and Whale, showing bunt, pulls back and fouls it back. So that had Kernan's attention, who was crashing in from the first base position. Not sure about the sacrifice, down by 6 runs here. Set to swing, and it's 0-2. John Kurtz, the catcher, is next. Off the end of the bat and out of play. Another game with a decent amount of people who have made their way to the ballpark to watch this one. Maybe not quite as many as Friday afternoon. Had a nice crowd for the Rowan-Cumberland game. And there's strike 3 as Whale called out on strikes and make it 8 for Perone. And John Kurtz, one of those 8, struck out back in the 2nd, runner to 3rd, and once it kicks away from Andrews, he has no chance to throw him out. So Borschelt, the base runner, at 3rd base as the Mustangs look for their first run. Had some big scoring totals this year. Have scored as many as 21 in a game. 1 ball and 1 strike. Coming off one of their better outings with those 19 runs in a blowout win at Ocean. The Vikings will be Brookdale's next opponent. They'll start a 3-game series here on Friday. Two and 1. to right field, shallow, and it drops for a base hit and the first run to score. As Borchelt comes in, Kurtz didn't hit it hard, but found the grass on a bloop to right field, and the Brookdale lead is now 6-1. So Josh Patrick, number 9 batter in the Mustangs order, base hit his first time up against Perone, left-hand hitter, and Andrus can't catch that one, and down to second goes Kurtz. So Perone has gotten a little erratic from the mound. Johnny Johnson will head out. In case you missed it from last week, Johnny Johnson, now the winningest head coach in Brookdale baseball history. And I asked him about it before the game, and he said, "It just means I've been here a long time." It's a coaching career here that started back in 1999, and over 650 wins later, he's still here with the Jersey Blues. His team enjoying a 6-1 lead, Montgomery just recently getting on the board. So Johnny had his word with Perone, who picks off the throw to second and safe. Another try, and Martino able to stab that one before it went into the outfield. One-0 count on Patrick at the plate. Swings away and hits it out to center field. Sheehan circling in and can't get it. And Kurtz comes to the plate to score. As Patrick, it's a fly ball out to center field. It seemed to confuse Sheehan and Gardner. So the wind may have knocked it down a bit. An RBI for Patrick to make it 6-2. And that'll get Brendan O'Brien up, who's been up twice and struck out both times against Perone. So they've gotten the lefty for a couple in the inning. The Brookdale lead now 4 runs at 6-2. O'Brien struck out swinging in the first, looking in the third. He has struck out more than any Mustang this season. And Perone doesn't get the call. It's 2-0. In fact, O'Brien was the only starter for Montgomery who did not pick up a hit in their 19-run, 17-hit outburst. Runner in motion, Andrus a throw, it's on target, and he's out. A perfect throw from Andrus to catch Patrick. Montgomery scores 2 to cut the Brookdale lead to 6-2 going to the bottom of the 4th.
My name's Ryan Tan. I'm a sophomore utility player at Brookdale Community College. I came here to Brookdale to play baseball.
My name's Derek Morrow. I'm a business major. I'm from Staten Island, New York. I play the outfield, and I came to Brookdale to play baseball.
My name's Anthony Martino. I'm from Brick, New Jersey. I'm a business major, and I came here to play baseball.
Top of the Brookdale order due up, bottom of the 4th, and they lead Montgomery 6-2. And this will be the 3rd time that the batting order begins with Justin Lopez 0 for 1 with a walk on a slow pitch that finds the outside part of the plate, nothing in 1. Braden Morton, new pitcher, the lefty, takes over for the 5th time this season. 1 ball and 1 strike on Lopez, who has hit a comebacker and walked and scored a run. Brookdale batting around in that bottom of the 3rd, sending 10 to the plate and scoring 6 times. Ball and 2 strikes. Declan Sheehan and Shane Andrews to follow. And Lopez goes after one out of the strike zone, and Kurtz will throw down to first to complete the putout. There's one away. So Morton strikes out his first hitter after Tomlinson struck out just one. And we're going to get a meeting. So Tomlinson went 3 innings, allowed 6 runs on 7 hits, walked just 1, struck out 1. And he is pitcher of record on the short side. Declan Sheehan 1 for 2 this afternoon, singled his last time and scored. As he looks to bring that batting average closer toward the 500 mark, takes a strike. Comes in third in the region. He had been tied for the lead. It's an interesting series for him against Gloucester. So he had hits in his first 4 at-bats, including a home run. Brookdale scored first in that Friday game, led 2-0, but couldn't hold it. That went at the feet, 2-1. Remember that game, too, where in the 8th inning, Brookdale got even 3-3 on a ground ball that went through the shortstop Gabriel Reyes' legs. But Rowan Gloucester was able to put up a run in the top half of the 9th. And Brookdale turned aside in the bottom of the inning, and it was Sheehan who made the final out on a fly ball to right field. Three balls and a strike. Well, this left-hander has gotten touched up pretty good. 14 hits in 7 1/3 innings, 10 earned runs, and a full count. And a walk to strikeout ratio that is an ineffective 6 walks to 1 punch out. And here's a walk as Sheehan will take first base, a 1-out base runner. And Shane Andrews is next. 1 for 2. He lined back to the mound his first time and then had a hustle double that brought in a pair in the 3rd. 6-2 the Brookdale lead, bottom of the 4th. Andrews was able to salvage the 3-game series against Rowan with a 2 for 3 last game, the only Jersey Blue to have multiple hits. Rips this one, it's into left for a base hit, and he's now 2 for 3 in this game, having hit the ball hard all 3 times up, and runners are at first and second. That'll be a lefty-to-lefty matchup with Little facing Morton. And a slow breaking ball drops in for a strike. Morton, he really takes something off with his off-speed pitches. Let's see how much that fools Brookdale hitters. Oh, that nearly got him. So he went to a harder pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike. Little 1 for 2, a single and a K. Sheehan and Andrews, the base runners. And a high fly third base side that will be out of play. It's an area of the park where you get a lot of folks taking the action along the left field side. Another nice afternoon. And Little hit by the pitch. So Morton came too far inside. Little, not much of an effort to get out of the way of that ball, and the bases are loaded. So a big chance for Martino. So Montgomery was able to shave 2 runs off the Brookdale lead in the top half of the inning. Brookdale looking to get it right back as Martino takes ball 1. 0 for 2 in the game is Anthony on a fly ball to center and a granddad to short. There's a check swing foul straight back to the fence to even the count. So 3 straight have reached after Lopez struck out to start the inning. Two and 1. So you've got Sheehan now at third with Andrews at first and Little at first after getting hit by the pitch. Only 1 out. And Martino with a high drive to center. O'Brien standing his ground, waiting for it to come down, makes the catch. Tagging at third, here comes Sheehan. Throw goes to third, it's a sacrifice fly. As Martino drives in a run, Sheehan scores. The other 2 runners able to move up as well, and Brookdale gets 1 run back for a 7-2 lead. That's RBI number 14. R.J. Kernan with ball 1 on a good stop by Kurtz. So he had to slide to his left. 2 more in scoring position with Andrews and Little now there. And a strike called on the inner half of the plate. Kernan is fouled out, and then his other time up got a borderline hit on a ball that should have been made at first base. That breaking ball misses the inside corner. 2 and 1. That kept the inning going, and Brookdale was able to tack on in that third. Now with a 7-2 lead. Pulled down at first, big hop, and it eats up Whale. 1 run scores Andrews. Little walks on in. In the second goes Kernan as 2 runs cross the plate, and Brookdale leads 9-2. Well, Whale had a chance on that play, but the ball came up on him, ate him up. Down the line it went, and 2 runs score with ease. Now Junior Nunez, who so far is looking like he's breaking out of his offensive slump. A couple of hits today, 2 singles. Scored a run his last time up. 9-2 the score. 2 out in the inning. Nunez pops up a bunt attempt. It'll drop foul. I'm just looking to get a base hit with a bunt with the infield playing back because this is not a sacrifice situation. Kernan's the base runner. And Nunez down in the count, 0-2. Well, Brookdale was scoreless through the first 2 today, but then 6 in the third they batted around. They've added 3 for good measure in this 4th. We're going to get back on the winning track. Team that started with 12 games this year before its first loss. Two and 2. And really, the only blip they had prior to the last series was when Northampton swept them at a doubleheader here in Lincroft. Runner goes for third. The throw is high, very high, goes into the outfield. Kernan gets up, races to the plate, and scores. The 10th run on the board. It's 10-2. Well, Kurtz airmailed that throw. You could tell that it sailed on him as soon as he released it. No chance for Minnick, and another run. And a payoff to Nunez with the bases now empty. Ground ball to short and right through the legs of Camacho. It goes up the gap left center. Nunez off and running. Around second, trying for third. It's just now gotten deep in the outfield. He's being waved around third. Here comes the throw to the plate. It's high and he scores. Call it a Little League home run. On a ground ball to short that went through the legs, went all the way back to the fence, and Nunez circles the bases. An 11-2 Brookdale lead. That is a 4-base error. Ryan Schmidt, switch hitter, batting right for the first time, 1-0. Singled as a left-hand batter back in the third, 1 for 2. Getting a spot start today in left field. No Anthony Pizzuti. He's been in and out of the lineup in the last couple of weeks. Schmidt cranks one left field, going back Patrick, back toward the fence, and able to reach up and make the catch. So Schmidt making a bid, but the ballpark just big enough to hold it. Brookdale adds 5 more in the fourth. And as we go to the fifth, an 11-2 Jersey Blue lead.
Hi, my name is Devin Leonardo. I'm from Marlboro, New Jersey. I'm a catcher. One thing I enjoy about Brookdale is all the friends I've made in the baseball team.
My name is Matty Koenig. I'm from Madisonville, New Jersey. My major is undecided, and I came to Brookdale to play baseball.
Top of the fifth inning, I'm Brian Gadsford. Brookdale with an 11-2 lead on the Mustangs, who had the top of the order due up against Gary John Perone. Winds up the first pitch, and it's low outside, 1-0. Well, Brian was at the plate when the last inning for Montgomery concluded, with Patrick caught stealing at second on a perfect throw from Andrews. A ball and a strike. So Brian will get a fresh turn here. Look to put a ball in play for the first time. A couple of strikeouts against the left-hander. And he's down 1 ball and 2 strikes with Josh Camacho and Charlie Levy behind him. Two and 2. And a full count. Perone, no walks in the game and a whole bunch of strikeouts. Delivers the payoff. And it's skied high in the air off third. Lopez toward the line, way out there, and he made the catch. Well, probably would have been easier for Schmidt to take that ball. Lopez well out of position, but showing why he's a good fielder as he makes the play on O'Brien, 1 away. And here's Camacho, 1 for 2, is singled and also struck out. Knee high for a strike called. Perone, an effective outing today, and now working with a sizable lead of 9 runs. Slowly hit, going to be a tough play for Nunez on the charge. He gloves and throws, and not in time. So Camacho now 2 for 3. Charlie Levy, who is 1 for 2, hitting in the third spot in the order. Singled in the first. Flied out to Sheehan in center field in the third. 1-0. Ball 3 without a strike. Andrews able to dig it out. Cleanup hitter, Brett Minnick in the on-deck circle. Top of the 5th inning from McLaughlin Field. As Perone will need to find the zone, and does on the inside corner. 3-1. Sharply hit, grabbed on the fly by Lopez, snap throw to first. Not in time. A rocket off the bat of Levy. So Lopez has made both putouts in the inning on 2 very different plays. One ranging far out into left field along the line. And that went a line drive right at him. 2 down. And here's Minnick, who is singled and struck out. Two runs in the 4th are all Montgomery had managed against Perone. This 1-0 pitch is on the outside corner, dotted nicely. There's a good breaking ball as he gets ahead in the count. He has struck out 8 and walked nobody. And now on 1-2, runner goes, pitch is hit out of play. Camacho will have to head back to first base. It was a mostly sunny start to the day, but now just about all clouds overhead. Warm afternoon. Here's a 1-2. And a pop-up. This is straight back behind the plate for Andrews, tracking it all the way, and it pops out of his glove. Well, Andrews normally very sure-handed. That ball went way up there, and he couldn't quite bring it in. This is not the hitter that you want to give a second chance to, albeit you're leading by 9 runs. 1-2 to Minnick. And they've got the runner picked off, but the throw goes away. And Camacho didn't realize it. Now he gets up and takes third as the ball's picked up in the corner, and he'll stop there. So Camacho was in motion on first movement from Perone. He had him picked off, but he threw wildly to first. And Camacho gets 2 bases out of it. So a chance for Minnick to drive in a run. He leads the Mustangs and runs batted in. On 1-2, he pulls one past Nunez at third. It's a fair ball, base hit, and will score a run. Camacho scores. Minnick to second will stop with an RBI double, and it's 11-3. So that's RBI number 26. No other Mustang has more than 15. And here's left-hand batting Peyton Borschelt. And he takes a breaking ball that snaps in there, 0-1. Well, Perone could have been out of the inning had Andrews squeezed that foul pop-up, but you give a good hitter an extra chance, and a lot of times he's going to come through, as Minnick did. 1-2. Borschelt has singled and struck out, scored a run, waiting on a 1-2. And the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. And he got him looking. Another good breaking ball to put away Borschelt. Montgomery scores 1. We're middle of the 5th. It's Brookdale 11, Montgomery 3.
My name is Peter Fopiano. I'm from Staten Island, New York. I'm a business major and I came here to play baseball.
My name is Justin Diaz from Toms River South. I'm a business major and I came from Brookdale for baseball.
My name's Declan Sheehan. I'm an outfielder from Brick Memorial High School. I'm a business major and my favorite thing about Brookdale is the baseball program.
Bottom of the 5th inning, Brookdale 11-3 the score on top of Montgomery. Start this home and home series, 1 today, and they'll shift to Pennsylvania tomorrow, Blue Bell, Pennsylvania, where the Mustangs play their home games. New pitcher takes over, and it is quite a windup with ball 1. Reese Holloway is the right-hander, a side armor, if you call it that. And gets a breaking ball over, a ball and strike. 9-1-2 due up. Lopez and Sheehan behind Gardner. Taken off the plate, 2-1. Gardner had both of his at-bats in this game in the same inning. It was when Brookdale batted around in the 3rd. He doubled and flied to right field, 1 for 2. Takes a strike. Holloway has a high ERA, 10.93, although it's got to be a little tough picking him up out of the hand. As Gardner lifts one along the right field line, coming toward the line, Borschelt, and he gets there to make the catch. For at number 1. So 1 out, and Justin Lopez. Hitless so far, but he's reached base once on a walk, scored a run, so a comebacker and struck out, 0 for 2 officially. Gets his first look at this right-hander who cuts and misses, maybe a foul tip, and the count 0-1. Way outside, ball and a strike. Working in back of Chris Tomlinson, he started this game, went 3 innings, was tagged with 6 runs. They added 5 more against the reliever Braden Morton. Strike called. And now what can they do against Holloway with an 11-3 lead? Game that might be headed toward mercy rule territory today. Just missed the outside edge, in which case we would be done after 7 innings. And still some work to do before we get to that point. 2-2 pitch. And Lopez gets under one, high in the air to center, not all that deep. O'Brien waiting for it and makes the catch. 2 down. Lopez now 0 for 3. Sheehan 1 for 2. Reached his last 2 times, a single and a walk, and has scored 2. Couple of fly ball outs for Holloway on his first 2 batters. Breaking ball, 1-0. Hat back to the mound, off the mound to play it, and the throw, and got him. That's an impressive inning. 1-2-3 against Holloway. After 5 from Lincroft, 11-3, the Brookdale lead.
My name is Emmanuel Sepin. I'm from Queens, New York. I'm an undecided major, and I came to Brookdale to play baseball.
My name is Matt Desiderio. I'm from Southern Regional High School. I'm a political science major, and I'm a left-handed pitcher.
Top of the 6th from Lincroft, I'm Brian Goudsford. It's an 11-3 Brookdale lead. And Chris Tomlinson to lead it off for the Mustangs against Gary John Perrone. He begins his 6th inning of work with a breaking ball that's in for a strike. Corbin Whale, John Kurtz to come to bat next. 6, 7, and 8 part of the order. 1-1. Tomlinson has fly to center, pop to second, 0 for 2. Started the game as the pitcher. And it's a jam shot foul coming back out of play. A ball and 2 strikes. Now, Perone has been hittable today. We have 9 hits against him, but they also have that many strikeouts. Dustin with an inside pitch, 2-2. 9 strikeouts and no free passes. Well, Johnny said when he's on, and today he mostly has been just that. Here's a 2-2. Half swing and held up. A full count. Time a check swing, kind of an emergency cut on a pitch running in on him. So once again, a payoff pitch from Perone to Tomlinson. Lefty pitcher, lefty batter. Here it comes. And it swung and foul tip for strike 3. Andrus able to hold it, make it double digits, 10 for the afternoon, and 1 away. 10 strikeouts and 5 1/3. That's pretty good day's work. Corbin Whale, he's responsible for 2 of them. 0-1. Struck out swinging in the second, looking in the fourth. In play here on a pop-up, foul ground. Nunez tracking it toward the dugout, won't have a play. Line drive, sinking down, and foul. Whale making a bid for potentially an extra base hit. Another 0-2. Now up to the right side this time, out of play. John Kurtz, the on-deck batter. Perone ready with an 0-2. Hard hit down the line. It's foul outside the third base bag. Well, if nothing else, making him work. Has fouled off several pitches in this turn. Another 0-2. Perone, a little different look with the delivery that time. Kind of slowed it down a beat. Now again, the 0-2 goes to the sidestep and missed with a breaking ball. 1-2. High pop-up. This time it's foul ground on the first base side, and it's dropped. Andrus and Kernan had a chance at it. Andrus is a couple drop in. It probably should have been caught. You expect him to make those plays with how good he's been defensively. So this at bat going deep to Whale, was fouled off a number of pitches on another 1-2. 2-2. Corbin Whale, not from around here, Huntsville, Texas. Into the glove of Nunez at third base. So Perone wins that long battle. Whale hit it hard, but right at the Brookdale third baseman. So 2 out. And John Kurtz singled and scored back in the fourth, part of a 1-for-2. 2 out, nobody on, as Perone looks to finish his 6th inning. His team well in front. Plenty of run support, 11 to be exact. 2-0. Perone behind, has not walked a batter, has K'd 10. Winds it up and fires in a strike. Josh Patrick, number 9 batter, hoping for a turn next. 3-1 comes home. Lined over second, a base hit toward right center field where Gardner gets over to play it. 2-out single. So they've reached 10 hits in the ball game, and Perone has been able to minimize trouble. They've left a number of runners on base. Stranded 5 so far. Left-hand batter Patrick, he's 2 for 2. And takes a breaking ball strike. Was caught stealing to end the 4th. Andrews made a perfect throw to pin him. Popped up off third. Nunez racing over, hoping for a play. He comes out of view, but he made the catch. And Montgomery is done in the 6th after a single and 1 left. Bottom of the 6th coming up. It's 11-3.
My name is Shane Andrews. I went to Red Bank Catholic High School. I'm a catcher. My major is business, and my favorite thing about Brookdale is the friendships I've made on this team.
My name is RJ Kernan. I'm from Middletown, New Jersey. I'm a business major, and I came to Brookdale to play baseball.
Hi, my name is Jacob Ramirez. I attend Brookdale. I'm a catcher, first baseman. I study humanities here, and I'm from Matawan, New Jersey.
Home half of the 6th inning, Brookdale will see a new pitcher. It is the 4th of the afternoon for Montgomery, another left-hander, Joey Swartz, who takes over. And his first pitch is upstairs to Shane Andrews, 1-0. 3, 4, and 5 due up. Brookdale working with an 11-3 lead. It would have to be a margin of at least 10 runs to conclude after 7 innings by the mercy rule. 2-0. Andrews has hit the ball hard all 3 times today. The first time back to the mound where the pitcher snagged it. 2-run double in the 3rd. RBI hit in the 4th came around. Another ball down the left field line. This will be foul. Close to his 6th home run of the year. I must say it was fascinating to watch the last reliever, Reese Holloway, who retired Brookdale 1-2-3 in the 5th. Thought we might get another look at him this inning. Not only retiring the side, but made an unusual play where he fielded a ball with his glove on the opposite hand. If only we had a replay of that. Swartz is definitely more of the conventional variety of pitcher. 2-2. And that hit the facing of the dugout on the 3rd base side. Softball is going on today as we speak, right down the road. Brookdale matching up with Bergen for a doubleheader today. A full count. Brookdale will have another home game here on Friday, travel to Ocean for a double dip on Saturday, and then next week they've got 3 home games here in Lincroft. Just got a piece. Really hasn't mattered home or road for Brookdale. They've been successful both, but even better here at home, sporting a 17-3 record. But coming off a loss, here's a payoff. And Andrews lays off ball 4, and he'll take the walk. It's one thing that Brookdale did not do. Game 2, Saturday's doubleheader, did not walk a single time, struck out 10 times. But they have a couple of walks. Peter Fopiano is going to take the turn at bat in Little's spot, the designated hitter. In the dirt and stopped by Kurtz, 1-0. So Little's day is done, reaching base twice, 1 for 2, singled, and was hit by a pitch. Fopiano, an impressive 12 hits and 19 at bats. That's a .632 average. Looks at a strike. 9 RBI without a home run. This is a deep Brookdale team. When they go to their options off the bench, more often than not, and they come through. Fopiano's part of that group. Justin Diaz. Chris Clark. Andrews, the leadoff base runner. He takes off, pitches bounce foul up the third base line. Fopiano, the .632 average. That is the highest number on the team, but he doesn't have enough at-bats to qualify. Again, Andrews in motion, and again, it's bounce foul. Andrews can steal one every now and again. 4 without being caught. He's been running on the last 2 pitches, and this time they're going to check in on him. Martino on deck, 11-3 Brookdale, last of the 6th. He goes again, and it's fouled again. Well, Andrews, if nothing else, is getting a workout on the bases. Above average speed for a catcher. He's among the team leaders in triples this year. He's been wanting to run, but Fopiano isn't giving him a chance. This time he doesn't run, and it's 2-2. Not running again. Yanked toward left field, falling, and a base hit toward the gap. Andrews on his way to third. He's being waved around. Relay throw comes toward the plate. It will not get him. Now they've got Fopiano caught for a moment between second and third, but he's able to retreat back. He's got an RBI double, and the Brookdale lead is 12-3. So Fopiano now in double digits in runs batted in. Give him 10 for the year. Anthony Martino coming up. 0 for 2, sacrifice fly his last time drove in a run. Ball 1. He's twice flied to center, including the sacrifice, and grounded to short. Looking for his first hit. A Brookdale lead of 9 runs. And breaking balls in there to even it up. Martino drives this one pretty well left center. This ball's way back toward the fence and caught as Patrick made the catch, and now coming all the way home is Fopiano. How about that? A sacrifice fly gets 2 bases out of it. So that makes it a 10-run game. RJ Kernan reached bases last 2 times up. 13-3 the score. Breaking ball for a strike. Martino hit that ball so well, and the outfield defense has not been stellar for the Mustangs today. And you had Nunez circle the bases on a ball that got past the shortstop, and it didn't get fielded until it went back to the fence. Nunez came all the way around. Call that a Little League home run. And Kernan has to vacate the box. 2 balls and a strike. So on the drive from Martino, you had Fopiano take 2 bases and score, as Martino now has 2 sacrifice flies in the game. 3-1. The on-deck batter, the aforementioned Nunez. And too high, Kernan is on. Second walk of the inning for Swartz, who will now face Nunez. But on 3 times, 2 singles, and then circling the bases on what should have been a granddad to shortstop. So he's starting to break out of his slump, swinging the bat a bit better. To right field, and it drops. And you had Kernan frozen between first and second. He thought that ball would be caught. He's only able to advance 1 base, and Nunez gets a pop fly hit for his 3rd of the day. Well, the Montgomery team this year, they've been above average offensively. Pitching has struggled. They've got an ERA over 9, and you have not seen a work of art defensively as Schmidt swings and misses. Well, Schmidt hit a ball about as far as we've seen him hit one his last time up at the park, just deep enough to hold it on a long drive to left field. Even in his impressive freshman season, he did not go yard once. No homers this year. And for him, it's just about gaining some confidence in a sophomore season that he certainly expected better results. Batting right for a second time on its strike. It was as a right-hand batter that he hit that long fly. 1 for 3 in the game, 2 on base, only 1 out. 13-3 the score. On the ground toward the hole at short. Backhand pick by Camacho, goes to third, throws it away. Kernan on his way to the plate to score. The throw not in time. Another run on the board. It's 14-3. It's a fielder's choice in an E6. Camacho looking to get the lead runner at third. Derek Myro at the plate now with runners at the corners. Still only 1 out. Shoots 1 foul, strike 1. Only 9 at-bats this year for Myro, 2 hits in that time. That's 222. Runner goes to second on a pitch in the dirt, and Schmidt has it stolen standing. So now a base hit could add 2 more to the Brookdale lead, which is already sizable at 14-3. 1-2. And Myro strikes out for at number 2 of the inning. Another pinch hitter, Caleb Arleth. Runner still at second and third. He's in Lopez's spot. Bouncing ball foul wide of third. Arleth has fared pretty well in limited at-bats. 4 hits and 9 trips. That's 444 with 4 RBI. Chance to pick up 2 more. Bottom of the 6th. And he swings over the changeup, 0-2. It's the 8th to bat in the inning. Brookdale's already batted around once. Just got a piece of that one to flip it foul. Still 0-2. Sheehan will come to retrieve that baseball. So he's set to take the turn next if the inning goes that far. Lopez has been pulled. And an 0-2. Pops straight back out of play right in front of us. Got a nice view here in the booth behind home plate, a little toward the third base side. That one wildly to the backstop. Nunez is up and scoring 15-3 on the wild one. That one really got away from Swartz. Schmidt now at third. Brookdale lead is at 12. Arleth swings and misses, but Kurtz is going to have to throw him out, and he does not. So it's a reach on strikeout. And we'll get Declan Sheehan a chance. As Brookdale has officially sent the full 9 to the plate. Sheehan stays in to take the turn. He has singled and walked and scored a pair. 2 on, 2 out. And it's hit right back to the mound where Swartz has it, and Sheehan's out to end the inning, but more runs make it 15 and a lead of 15-3 after 6.
My name is Cole Armand. I'm from Little Silver, New Jersey. I went to Red Bank Regional High School. I'm a business administration major, and I came to Brookdale to play baseball.
I'm a left-handed pitcher here at Brookdale Baseball, and I also study for business management. And I like Brookdale because of the team that's all the way back here.
Top of the 7th inning, Brookdale looking for 3 more outs, and they'd be a winner today. Strike one from Matty Koenig to Brendan O'Brien. Leadoff hitter for Montgomery is 0 for 3 in the game with a couple of strikeouts. So Perone is done after 6 innings, in line for the win. And quickly, it's 0-2 with Josh Camacho and Charlie Levy to follow. Mustangs will need to score at least 3 to prolong this ball game. Otherwise, we're done on the mercy rule. And get ready for game 2 of the series tomorrow. Ball and 2 strikes. A couple of changes defensively. Jacob Ramirez has taken over behind the plate. Chris Clark is in at short. Derek Myro, who pinch hit, is in right field. 1-2 home. Now a little bit high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Obviously not a save situation with a lopsided score. I'm talking with Johnny before the game. Felt confident that his team would be able to bounce back. It's just a different animal going against the Gloucester team. Brookdale fortunately couldn't come away with a win in that 3-gamer. Here's a payoff pitch. And in tight ball 4 and a walk to start the inning. And now it looks like we have a lineup change. Eduardo Lopez is in Camacho's spot in the order. He had a 2-hit day, but he's out. And this ball is toward the middle. There's Clark, the feed to second for the force. As Lopez able to reach first base. So 1 on, 1 out. O'Brien is erased. Charlie Levy, a 1-for-3 day for the second baseman. There's a strike. So 2 outs away from victory. One and one. I don't believe we've seen Jacob Ramirez catch in a game, but getting Andrews a chance to get off his feet for an inning. With a 12-run Brookdale lead. 2-1. Levy singled back in the first. His fly to center lined sharply to Lopez his last time up. Clark is now in there at short. Toward the gap in left center field. That ball's down in extra bases. One hopped up against the fence. Here is Lopez to third, who will stop, and it's a double for Levy. So 2 in scoring position. They get their big bat up. And that is Brett Minnick. It's now 6 for his last 7 at the plate, during which time he has 4 two-base hits, including 1 double today, a strikeout in between his 2 hits against Perone. Struck out 10 over his 6 innings of work. Now Koenig looking to put on the finishing touches. Fly ball, right center field. Myro gets over to make the catch. Tagging at third is Lopez. There's no play at the plate. Sacrifice fly for Minnick, who drives in a run to make it 15-4. So he's driven in 3 of their 4 runs today, but more importantly for Koenig and Brookdale, 1 out away from sealing this one. Peyton Borschelt, runner at second, 2 out. And a little bit low, 1-0. Don't know who gets the start for Brookdale in tomorrow's game, as that throw is wide into center. And Levy will not make a break. Jeffrey Barham is a little beat up at the moment. So we got to patch together the back end of the rotation before starting it back at the top on Friday with Ocean, the opponent. 2-0. Brookdale looking to officially put the 3-game losing streak behind them and have a chance to make it a winning streak next by finishing this one and starting play tomorrow. A called strike. To left down the line, that ball is foul to the left of the chalk. And now 1 strike away. Koenig looking for the sign from Ramirez. 2-2 to Borschelt with the runner at second. 15-4 the score, top 7. And the pitch, a full count. Chris Tomlinson hitless today, the on-deck batter. Koenig hoping it doesn't go that far. And ready now with a payoff pitch. Swung and missed. Ramirez finds it, he throws, and it's over. A mercy rule win today as this one concludes after 7. Brookdale will shake hands on the field after taking down Montgomery to start this mini 2-game series. A final count of 15-4. So after a couple of scoreless innings, Brookdale broke through with 6 in the 3rd, 5 more in the 4th, added 4 for good measure in the 6th. To back Gary John Perrone's effort, he was sharp. 10 strikeouts over 6 innings gets the win, and Brookdale gets off the schneid. They're a winner. 3-game losing streak is over, and they'll try for the sweep tomorrow out in Pennsylvania. So once again, the final, 15-4 over Montgomery. Next here at home, Friday for Ocean. We'll see you again before the season concludes here on Brookdale TV. With thanks to you for joining us and Sergei Kornienko. I'm Brian Gadsword. So long from Lincroft. Have a good night.